everybody, Chima here. Today I want to talk to you about a subject which is very close to my heart. It's connected to a non-government organization based in Jalandhar, Punjab that changed my life. Helped me to think better, to become a better human and to appreciate more that I have around me. I'm talking about the Unique Home for Girls in Jalandhar, Punjab. It's an NGO. It's funded by well-wishers and people who believe in the cause. And this cause gives a second chance at life to little babies that were abandoned because of their gender. They were abandoned because they were female. This is a huge problem in India, with Indians around the world, and with many other cultures that have this mindset that somehow females are inferior. I was invited to visit this charity many years ago. And at first, when I get invited to visit charities, I'm usually apprehensive. And that's because I've had some very bad experiences in the past where there were some charities that I had tried to help which turned out to be bogus, weren't exactly genuine. And the causes that they claimed to have helped, their causes were not exactly getting the help that they were promised. But this was different. When I visited the Unique Home for Girls in Jalandhar for the very first time many years ago, my whole world stopped. I had to contain my emotions. I used to think that I'm a very strong human, but little did I know that this one visit to the Unique Home was about to shake my world, to really hit home and to realize what is really important in life. The first time I walked into the Unique Home for Girls, the first child that I saw was a baby, no more than around 4 weeks old. She was beautiful. Her big eyes were just looking at me, and I will never forget that moment. And I was dazed. I couldn't really explain, and I still can't explain how I felt. But I just stood there looking at this baby, holding her, and thinking, why? Why would somebody want to abandon this beautiful little angel, this beautiful little thing who doesn't even know who her mum, who her dad, or where she is? She doesn't know anything. It's like a blank canvas. Why would you abandon this child? This child was thrown on a scrap heap and was rescued where there was dogs that were about to eat the child. That was the story of this little baby. I had a lump in my throat and I just could not believe that there could be humans out there that could part with their own flesh and blood. That's when things really hit home, because I used to hear about how females are treated and the mindset that people have got towards baby daughters that are born, but I never actually believed it until I saw this myself. I sat there and I looked at this child, and I can't remember how long that was for, but so many things were going through my head. I was angry, I was upset, I was determined to do something about it, I was determined to become a better human, and I wanted to be an example. I wanted more people to know about this cause. I wanted more people to be able to realize that this is a problem. I have a baby daughter myself. At the time, she was only a couple of years old, if that. And I really did appreciate when my daughter was born. I couldn't understand how I couldn't even begin to imagine how I would feel if my daughter was taken away from me. So the mindset of the people that would abandon their children was something that I couldn't come to terms with. So why? My question is why? That was the thing that was going through my head. Why is this happening? What is the reason? Why do people abandon daughters? Well, this is a culture. It's a cultural problem. Insecurities is the first thing that comes to my mind. People automatically assume that, as back in the olden days, culturally it's embedded in our mind that the son will be the person who carries the light, the torch, look after mum and dad when they're older. The daughter would get married and move in with her husband. So the daughter's not actually yours to keep. That was the mentality. Some people will think that if you have a daughter that's born, that you have a big expense. You have to spend money on your daughter, raise the child, and pay money for dowry and marriage. This is the sort of mindset that people in India have. And yes, I know that dowry was a big issue as well, and some people find it really hard to deal with. But let me tell you this, it's a mindset. There's people who never used to give females opportunity back in the olden days. Most assumed that females were inferior, and they still live in the Ice Age, the olden age. Today, females have achieved amazing achievements. Pilots, judges, lawyers, doctors, surgeons, astronauts, world leaders. The list goes on and on and on. Army, police. There's so many jobs, businesses that females are part of and own. There's a culture, the culture has now changed. Many used to think that it's the son that's going to take care of the family. But a lot of people were disappointed when they found out the son didn't turn out the way they thought. Bad habits, had his own plans. And guess who came to the rescue? The daughter. I have been blessed with a son and a daughter. And I'm proud of both. But our daughter will always be my princess. And she will always be very special. So this mindset that people have are people who I believe lack education. They still believe that it's a son that will help them. There's a lot of causes, and this was just one of them. Mindset. But another cause is how we raise our daughters. If we don't give them equal opportunity, then there will be people out there who won't see our daughters progress. And they would want to have a boy as a first child, or a second, or a third. We need to encourage our daughters to study. Give them the best education, just like we would with a son. But in India and other countries around the world, I still see that preferential treatment is given to the son than the daughter. And that's another problem. We need to make sure that we treat a son and a daughter equally. We can be proud of both. And this is the reason why I'm doing this YouTube video, because I'm just sharing my thoughts. I am no expert on this topic, but I'm a father of a son and a daughter. And I am somebody who has learned a lot from the Unique Home for Girls. I see baby girls abandoned all the time that the Unique Home for Girls take on and give them a second chance of life. And I want to try and help to spread my thoughts to more people who might agree, and help to further spread it to others, so that we can all even help to change one person's mindset. Because one person can only do so much, but together we can definitely make a difference. Maybe we can't change the world, but a small difference that we can definitely do. There are many people out there who can't have a child. For those of you who have a narrow mindset and prefer a boy over a girl as a child, I want you to think of this. Can you imagine what it would feel like if you really wanted to have a child and you couldn't conceive for whatever reason, no matter how hard you tried? Probably not. Maybe ask somebody who's in that position. There's a lot of people who are out there who have been praying for years and it hasn't happened. Having a child is a miracle. Believe me. Some people who are blessed with this definitely don't appreciate it. I do, because I see people out there who don't. I see people out there who would love to swap places with me. There are people out there who would love to swap places with somebody who could have a child. Which brings me on to the next topic. And the next topic is adoption. for these abandoned children. And it's not just the Unique Home for Girls in Jalandhar. There are a lot of other NGOs around the world that have set up organizations to help abandoned baby girls. Maybe think of adoption. For those of you who can't have children, these organizations welcome you to come and visit. And of course, I am no expert in the procedure on how it works, but adoption is definitely an option. So the purpose of this video was just to bring to your awareness about some of the problems that we face as a community, as humans, that we can all try and help to eradicate. We need to embrace the positives. We need to try and teach people who are lacking education, because the solution to everything is always going to be education. We need to help people understand that females are not inferior. When you become a father to a daughter, you will realize even more how important it is. I'm a proud father to my daughter, and I will give her every single opportunity that I possibly can. Think about this. Our mothers were females, and without our mothers, we wouldn't be around. So, are females inferior? Hell no. If anything, they're superior. And if you're blessed with a daughter, you are truly blessed. If you like this video, and if you can relate to anything that I have put across, and they are only my views, and if you want to be one of those people that would like to make a difference, maybe comment below and share your views. But do go and visit some of these organizations. If you're fortunate enough to be able to visit India, Punjab and Jalandhar, go and check out the Unique Home for Girls. Even if it's just to go and say hi. They don't need you to take anything for them. They don't need you to donate. Of course, if you do, that would be a great help. But just for you to go and experience what I experienced years ago, that changed my life. I actually became a lot more grateful for everything. And I've taken my children to the Unique Home for Girls so that they can also see that there are people out there who are not as blessed as we are. So this is a little bit of a different direction on this YouTube channel. I do want to start putting out more videos with my thoughts and things that I enjoy talking about. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, over and out.